Hello, fellow Biafrans. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome to the program. This is our weekly agricultural program. This is a live program, weekly agricultural program with Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE. And I want to say welcome to this evening's edition of Foodism War Gladiator with Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE. Please help us share this program. Help us tag your friends, invite your friends, and make it go round. Without wasting much of our time, I want to bring in Professor. Professor, good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother Patrick. Okay.
Yes.
We're in the Foodism war season.
Yes.
And although we have overcome seasonal planting, so we are ready. We are farming. We are going places.
Yeah, so you went through a lot of program this few weeks, and can you please tell us your experience in this past few weeks and things you've been able to do?
Yeah, I've been moving around for a while. Last week and last 2 weeks, I went to Abuja twice. I went to Lagos. I went to Olo. And I've been going to other places. I don't have record of them now, unless my PI is around. The purpose of all these travels and trips and risks is to make sure we have enough food, organic food, which we can eat and which our forefathers and ancestors ate to keep their body alkaline and oxygenated, to chase away all viruses, bacteria, fungi, and the rest of the enemies of the body. So it's been a wonderful experience teaching people, organizing them, helping them to actually know that farming is not hoe and knife, it's not digging the soil, it's not waiting for seasons, but you can farm in empty 50 kg bags. You can farm without digging the ground. You can farm without ground, without land. And also, we encourage them in food production, food processing, packaging, marketing. We also try to help them understand that most of the machines, processing machines, packaging machines, and some of the other machines they're looking for outside the country can be fabricated within our territory. We encourage them to understand that farming is a very big and lucrative business that can encompass a lot of people, that can employ a lot of youths, that can give a lot of people chance to become self-reliant, to give a lot of people chance to create, to give people chances to export, and also to supply products. We were talking about organic crops, organic food crops. That's what Foodism War is talking about. In order to maintain health, and the strength of the nation is in the health of the nation. That's exactly what we're doing within the week. And we encourage every listener here to learn, listen to learn, and learn to listen. There may be books you have read, but what we're teaching you is not in any book at all. It has not been written, it may be written in the future, but for now, we are the ones who are championing this, asking people to farm in empty bags, asking people to farm in empty containers, asking people to farm with earthworm, liquid, asking people to farm with urine. Some crops can be farmed with urine. Asking people that there are no more seasonal farming syndrome. We can now farm at any season. Exactly the message we're trying to get to the people. And the sooner we realize that we are becoming too artificial, we're eating inorganic crops, inorganic eggs, inorganic milk, inorganic foodstuffs, and our body, our organs in the body are gradually decaying. We are dying, and our generation is being wiped out. There are no elderly people in our villages again, unlike our ancestors. It's what we eat that eats us. So it's better we learn that the process of farming and self-reliance and producing food for self as our forefather used to do. Each family produces their own food. They barely go to market to buy. So the sooner each family start producing food, the better. Because 2 million ants can carry a box on a vertical wall, while 400 or 200 or 10 ants cannot do that. AGBODIKE is what they said. The sooner we realize that the ancient people, our forefathers, they were all of them the contentment. Each family had yambam, had cocoyam. Each family had cassava. Each family had the crops. They were not buying them in the market. But today, what are we doing? We are buying the products. We're not even sure how they were produced, whether they were produced with artificial fertilizers or whether they are just GMO, and we're just dying generation. So that's why we're encouraging people to come, look at what we have created, the chances, opportunities we have created, and make use of them. It will help us to become better people. It helps us to prolong our life on earth. That's exactly what the message is all about.
Yeah, Prof, there is a clip I would want us to play. So you'll be able to explain to us what's going on there in this clip.
Please tell me your name, full names. And
my name is Evangelist Edwin Olabu.
And we left together from Solo to here,
Yes.
and they say it's now 3 o'clock.
Yes.
So how was the road?
The road is not so good.
And
Also good, all the bad spots.
and then we saw some security challenges on the way.
But yes.
Bad boys try to snatch phone and whatever it is. And can you imagine, because they don't have job to do. And if they have job to do, and they have some means of income, crime will be reduced, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, please tell me your full names, and your recording is going viral.
I'm Dosa.
Okay.
I'm from Badagry.
Okay. Do you know the meaning of Badagry? Let me tell you. It's very funny. It means when the Europeans came here, this place was called AGBODIKE. So that is because of what we crossed over. But then they had bad agreement with the people. So if you bad agreement. The bad agreement will be corrected. This is the farm we came for, and this is the Buddhism war reporting. And this place is going to be turned to a multi-million yielding environment very soon. And I want you all to go back to the farm. Farm is the only place where the youths can be employed. Everybody can get a job. Some will be farmers, some will be importers, some will be marketers, everything. Without food, what you eat, it is. And also we talk of herb. Some of these grasses you are seeing here are good for your health. Listen to me. Pharmacy means pharmaca, a Greek word which means sorcery and magic. There is no way in this planet Earth that has cure for cancer, for HIV, for diabetes, but we do have. And we are proving to the world what we can do. Here I am in Badagry, Lagos. Today's date is what? 20th of May, 2021. And we left Abuja yesterday by evening last flight. I returned here. I had to sleep somewhere before I come here today. It took me how many hours? Then 2 days ago, we are in the Senate, and I have been mandated to carry out Buddhism war all over the nation. But the more important thing to me right now is Southeast. I'm not a tribalist, but I'm trying to tell you that we need to feed the masses. Whoever you are, if you don't feed, you cannot survive, you cannot stay, you cannot fight, you cannot do anything. Don't allow your enemies to feed you. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you very much, Prof, for the reporting.
Yeah, that was a clip. The land there is sandy. It's not even fertile, but actually we don't need fertile soil any longer based on our researches. The land there is sandy, very, very sandy, and there is lime very close. So actually trees cannot grow there, but no land is useless. Every land can be cultivated. Every land can be turned to farm and yielding place, can become fertile. It depends on, some people ask me to go and visit their lands. So when I do go, I run a lot of, see what are needed. And when I find out those things that are needed, I to implement them. But sometimes that land is quite big in Badagry, somewhere in Lagos, and it's sandy. It's just full of sand, ordinary sand, yet in the process, and make farming a very fantastic hobby and a very successful business, despite the infertility, the infertile land we have there. So what we're saying, what we're encouraging people is that we're not looking for, at a point we even said we're not looking for rain any longer to fall. We're also not looking for land any longer. So you can't farm with or without land. You can't farm with or without rain. The market is there. Whatever you're able to produce, we have department for storages, we have department for processing, we have department for packaging. I just did what the Maggie was done in 1886. You know, those things we have just done on Ogri. We need farmers to farm the castor oil. We need farmers to farm the egusi. We need farmers to farm the ogo. The dawa, and we also spread of this are becoming encouraged. They will research and they will improve on their research, and they will have better nation in the future, because we're not importing the machines, we rather buying from the locals. So that's what I said in that video, that we push our own, and we're now giving you 18 species of different types of cooking materials you use for your soup, you use for your stew, for your yam, you use for your rice, you use for whatever you want to cook. We can now take them from organic castor oil, organic pepper, organic egusi, organic, everything is organic. That way you know what you're eating. We have done, and we can employ hundreds and thousands of youth. Those who are going to school, who don't have money to pay their school fees, can work with us during their break time. And they will, when they return to school, they will have enough money to pay their school fees. This way we are carrying the masses along. This can be done, this can be replicated in every local government, every state and every province. When these are done, you find out that people will be, tension here will be less. Southeast per se is a very volatile place. There's a lot of insecurity, killings and murdering and destruction of lives. Now, if these youths were engaged in farming, if these good were engaged in productive work, I don't think that you will see them rising arms against anybody. That's why we're asking you to make your contribution towards the success of producing food, crops, exports, farmers. And we're not telling you that the kind of farming is do or die affair. We're not telling you the kind of farming is where you use hoe, knives, cutlasses. We're telling you now you can work without water, you can do without fertile soil, you can do without cultivating the ground. You can also farm in empty cement bag and use your urine to fertilize some of the crops. You can use earthworm urine to fertilize the entire farm. That is, say you have 7,000 hectares. Now, another thing we also want you to understand that if you don't have land, we can give you land on lease, free of charge. You don't have to pay any money for 25 to 35 years. We train you, we give you the organic seed and seedlings you can plant. You can plant English apples, orchard. You can plant grapes, English grapes. You can plant strawberry. In fact, there are many things you can plant and make your income, and it's quite big.
There is an audience that have been asking a question. In fact, she's been chatting me privately because, okay, I know you cannot hear me like you said earlier, but I'll try as much to raise my voice. We have Grace Okorie want to know how she can dive into cucumber farm. You know, Grace Okorie have been disturbing me, trying to, she want to know how to get cucumber seed. How can she procure it?
All right, cucumber, you're talking about cucumbers, right?
Yeah,
Now, it
cucumber.
depends on the area or the place you have. If the soil is good, cucumber doesn't need much rain. What you would do is to go to seeds of cucumber, soak them in organic manure, earthworm manure overnight. The next day it will germinate. Then you put it in the soil. You get bamboo and twine so that he can show you some of them on the video, so that you separate them about 5 feet each, or 4 feet from each other, and you have to round ridge, the square type of ridge, and then plant them in single form. Each seed should be able to give you 11 to 12 if you managed. And you harvest in 3 to 4 months. It depends on your ability to attend to them. Now, some of the farm, these plants are very sensitive to aggression, to anger. It will shock you to hear what I'm saying now. But the plants
I think Prof is having network issues, and I hope that he comes back very soon. I think we have to wait for him to sort things out, and we'll be able to bring him back. The signal is showing me that he's having network problem. So while we wait for Prof to be back, now Grace Okorie, you see what Prof was saying, that you can actually get a cucumber seed. There are people who sell cucumber in the market. You have to find a way to reach them, negotiate with them, and if there are people that they can direct you to where they buy, so you can actually discuss with. Okay, the voice is cracking. Yes, I know. Prof's voice was cracking. Prof, you're
contact us
back.
for trainings.
Yes.
I hope you heard me right. I hope
Yeah,
you
your
heard all I
voice.
said. Okay, the volume.
Yeah,
Now,
your
I hope you
voice.
heard all I said. The way you can plant your cucumber. You can't do that. Cucumber does not like other crops around. The only crop cucumber can is maize or corn. Any other, the cucumber does not like competition with another like yam or any other thing that grows up. So cucumber can be planted 4 in an empty 50 kg bag, or 3.
Beautiful. That's what
You
I
can
wanted
also
to ask.
puncture the size of those bags and plant cucumber. That is after the top of this bag, empty plant cucumber, so that they will grow, provided you use twine, rope to direct them where they can crawl and go to. You can use 1 bag to plant 10 cucumber, and 10 cucumber times 10 is give you, or 12 or 15, we give you about 150 for 1 bag. Then multiply 150 by a possible 200 naira. That will give you something like 3,000. Then, but the cost of production is not even up to 500 naira. So at the end, you find out that you'll be making money, and you don't need to, go to market to sell them. People will come to the farm somewhere and pack them. Those who are buying will come and buy them. So wherever you are, we link yourself to the market, to the market chain for the market block, so that the farmers, marketers, suppliers, if everybody is working, the vehicles, the drivers who will be carried, everybody is busy doing something. So there will be no time to think of crime. This will reduce crime everywhere we have criminals, because everybody sees now that he or she can make about 3-4 million naira every 4 months. I don't think any salary, possible salary of those who are looking for salary will get to that level if you start work. So you can produce cucumber, what thousands of them, trailers will come and be carrying them in a very small pieces of land. Minimal piece of land, maybe one plot of land of 50, 60 by 120, you can produce cucumber worth 100, 200, 500,000 naira. And you can repeat the production 4 times in a year. Cucumber matures between 3 to 4 months. So you can farm 3 to 4 times in a year. It depends on your ability to be focused on what you are doing. You need to be focused on the crop. And if you are planting on empty bags, you don't need weeding. You don't need to go and weed the grass, competing with the grass. Although sometimes, because of the way the place you got the soil, some seeds are inside the soil, they will germinate. Just wash out for them and be attentive to your crops. And at the end, you will be grateful you reaped.
Yeah. Go ahead, Prof. Yeah, Prof, can you hear me?
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
Okay, I said that you can easily pick those weeds one after the other.
Yeah. Because they're in the bags.
Yeah.
But if they're not in the bag, they will grow everywhere. But if it's in the bag, they will just grow very little at the top of the bags, empty bag you fill with sand and manure.
Beautiful. Prof, I don't want to take much of your time this evening because there is nothing you are going to say today that you haven't said in the past, even though we continue to come back to repeat some of the things you said in the past. But there is a question somebody asked: what are the crops that one can plant with urine? Kate Okonkwo.
With urine?
Yes, Kate Okonkwo is asking, what type of crop can one plant with urine? With
okay, the crops and plants you can plant with urine, I wish I could have shown you the one in my compound. It's practical. Are 1, cucumber, corn, watermelon.
Even the yam too?
Not yam, no.
Yam
may not accommodate that.
Okay.
We're talking of crops that grow out of the ground, not tubers. Those ones that grow out of the ground, you can plant them. Pepper, your greens, and any other crop that are not up to apple, that can grow out, that can perish in 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. You can use urine to farm them. So even no matter the size of the farm.
What do you use to grow the yam? Potato, cocoyam?
What do you use to grow the yam? Now, the actual thing that makes the yam grow is when there are less land and there is silicon. Silicon in the ground, especially the river that has sand. They normally take off for building. That's what we use in growing the yam. The water should be less. Yam is best grown inside empty bags, Prof, so that the water will be less. Yam does not like too much rain. If there is so much rain, it will have so much leaves and less production inside. The tuber will be smaller. But when the rains are limited, especially when you plant an empty bag, the empty bag will sieve off all the rain it doesn't need. So it will be partially dry and partially wet. That way,
what I'm asking, is it the sharp sand, the kind of sand you use for building that you are talking about, the one that you take from the stream, from the river?
Yeah. I'm talking about that sharp sand, but the one you collected from flowing rivers. You know, there are others you don't collect from flowing river. I cannot guarantee the volume of silicon inside the one you collected from other places, but the one you collected from flowing rivers, you can use it to mix the topsoil and mix the organic or your manures, when these three are mixed, you cannot plant your yam. It is going to grow and produce very long and large tubers.
Without the
Then
urine.
if you want to multiply the yam,
without the urine.
What did you say?
Without the urine. Prof, you don't necessarily have to use, you don't need the urine then. That's what I'm asking. I think Prof is having network issues here. Let's see if we can let Prof come back again. Okay.
The urine will harm them, but they need them. Or if you want to use urine, it's okay. Doesn't actually change anything, but the urines are best with something like wheat, corn, maize, cucumber, things that grow and produce up. Or all those things that are produced, not tuber, not those things that produce in the ground. Urines are best for them. Best.
Okay.
They will do better. They'll do like magic. The corn can do better, and the cucumber can do better. In fact, I ate cucumber today from my garden, and that garden was grown with urine only. That's what I used. And for now, rain has not been falling. Rain has not been faithful to us this season, this year, and we're already entering June. But I was able to harvest my corn. I was able to harvest my cucumber. I can video it tomorrow and send it for next week Friday studies, where I'm harvesting my little cucumber I planted and corn I planted. I don't need to buy them in the market any longer. And everybody can do this, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. I think we've been able to do a reasonable time now. We've spent approximately 30 minutes, and I think 30 minutes would not be a bad idea for a lecture without even going much further. And if there are questions, somebody is talking about what is happening, the killings that is happening, but we are not going to talk about the killings. I'll be talking about that topic with Mazi Solomon. So you hook up on our program tomorrow. Possibly I'll be discussing what is happening on the ground in terms of the atrocities of the military and the police in our land. But here right now we are talking about the weekly agricultural program with Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE. Professor, without wasting much of your time, yes, please another question, do we transplant? Yes, Grace Okore is asking if cucumber can be transplanted just like you do with the tomatoes, and can it be transplanted, Prof?
You mean, yeah, you can do nursery of tomato.
Okay.
That is seedlings. You can do nursery of most of the crops. You can do nursery. That way you can transplant them.
Including
most of the crops is better to do the nursery. Put them in a small cellophane bag, black cellophane bag, or even pure water bag you throw away. The pure water bags you throw away everywhere, you can gather them and put the sand there and grow your tomato there, then you transplant. And when you are transplanting, don't transplant in the morning.
Prof, the question is the cucumber. Can cucumber be transplanted?
Yeah, you can do that, but you need to do nursery. That's what I'm saying. That everything can be done in nursery. Then you transplant it with a small bag or pure water bag when they are grown. Then you carry them to the place you have dug the ground for. If you're not using empty kg empty bag, you can do them in a small, all the pure water you throw away, get them around, plant the one seed of cucumber inside. They're very sensitive. The same with tomato. They're very sensitive. It can be transplanted, but you carry it along with the sand. Take razor blade, cut the waterproof or whatever you planted and go to the ground. It can be transplanted to grow. I hope you heard me right.
Yeah, Prof. I think we had it to some extent. If there is any other question, you can come forward with it because we'll be rounding up. Prof, so what message do you leave for our people for the week?
What did you say?
I said, what message are you leaving with our people for the
Okay. The message I want to leave for everybody today is that we are responsible for our destiny. Our collective choices will determine our destiny. Now, we are here, we worship the God of Israel, right? Now, Israel terrible land, which they have turned to very magical farm system. But we are here not doing anything towards the hunger that is killing us. And last year, a bucket of gari was, that is spent of gari was 200 naira. This year is 1,500 naira. We are just sleeping while the bag of beans is 63,000 now.
I think Prof is having difficulties again with his
bag of
network. Prof is having difficulties with his network. How many times can you grow maize in a year? By Kingsley Nwachukwu. Kingsley Nwachukwu, I think we've treated that issue of maize here. And I think
we have come back to grow here.
Prof.
So we have made varieties of crops that can help us live long.
Yeah, Prof is having difficulties with his network, and I'm trying to see. Yeah, Prof is having difficulties with his network. Unfortunately, this is where we have to come to the end of this program tonight. And I hope that we'll see you guys sooner or later in the nearest possible future. Every Friday we are here, and I want to encourage you to bring in your questions. Come on with whatever question, Prof will be here to respond to them. And I believe we've been able to respond to Grace Okorie. We've been able to respond to Kingsley Nwachukwu. I think from the explanation in the past that Prof have given, I will recommend that you go back in time and watch some of our programs where Prof gave some details on how you can plant corn and how many times you can plant that in a season. And I think you can do that consecutively twice in a season, as well as the rice too, you know. So I think you have to go back in time and check some of our program. I want to say thank you very much from me, from here. This is Mazi Patrick DK, and I said, God bless you until we meet again by next week, Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless you all.